channel. My name is Pindi, and if you're new to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like this video, and also make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section down below. So in this video I'll be doing 2 story times, and they are somewhat alike. So I'll be telling you guys about the 2 times whereby I was stranded with other people in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. In both these stories, we didn't know where we were. That's the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Super scary. So I'm gonna start off with the first story. The first story, I was with my sister. She had just bought her new car, so she was a new driver. So first of all, she had just got her license and she had just bought her car. So she is not used to like driving long distances, so you can just imagine. So now she was invited to her colleague's wedding, so obviously she had to come with me. Not obviously, but I don't know, I just tagged along. I tagged along, and one of her colleagues also tagged along. So we were 3. It was me, my sister, and her colleague. So now at the time, I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't even have learners. I didn't even nothing. I knew nothing about cars. I knew nothing about road signs. I knew nothing about any of those things. And so was her colleague. Her colleague had no license. I don't know. Yeah, her colleague didn't have a license either. So we were just like, we were depending on my sister to drive us to and from the wedding. We didn't think that it was going to be, the place that we were going to was going to be far. So we thought that it's just close by, so we should be fine. And so we prepared to leave, and we left for the wedding. So come to find out, when we arrived to the place that we thought the wedding was held at, it was the wrong address. So my sister had to call, I don't know who she called. Yeah, she had to make some calls. They gave us correct directions. So now we were on our way to the wedding. We drove and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove. It was far. It was way further than we thought it was going to be. It was way further. It was way further away. But eventually we arrived Kolinyalong, and then we had so much fun. We had so much fun. The food was amazing. The bride was beautiful. We were having so much fun that we did not want to leave. And it was getting late. So we were like, okay, we're going to leave around 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock rolls around. We're like, no, we don't want to leave just as yet. Maybe, let's say 2:30. 2:30 rolls around. We're like, nah, maybe like 3 there. It was so nice, you guys. We did not want to leave. So eventually we were like, okay, we have to force ourselves out of this wedding, because if we don't leave soon, then this is going to backfire badly. Because like I said, my sister's a new driver, or was a new driver at the time, and driving in the dark is not ideal for a new driver, especially if she drives with people who don't got licenses like myself. At the time, I didn't have a license. So now we're like, okay, we have to go home, or else we're gonna arrive late, or we're gonna drive in the dark. And you know, in the villages, it was like deep in the villages. It's either there are no roads, like in terms of tar road. We have to get out of the village whilst it's still, you know, whilst the sun is still up, so we can see where we are going. So now we're like, okay, we had to drag ourselves out of that wedding. We were like, should we go? Should we not go? But we left. And it had rained the previous night, so the roads were muddy and sticky. So people were like trying to dodge the main roads to like go by the side of the road to, you know, it was a mess. It was a mess, but we ended up managing to get out of that village. And now, yeah, for us to get out of that village, it was a mission and a half. So I remember now, okay, we managed to get out of the sticky road, the muddy roads, and then we are on gravel. But lucky enough, it's not sticky, it's not clay like soil, so it's gravel, but it's it's drivable. I don't know if that makes sense. So now we're like asking around where can we get a shortcut to get to the main road. So we met this other guy and he was like, okay, you guys can use this road, there's like a shortcut, but you have to go like in between mountains and stuff. We're like, you know what, as long as it's a shortcut, at least it's gonna get us to the main road quickly. So now we get off the gravel road, we get onto another gravel road, so we're like trying to get to the mountains so that we can get to the main road. And then when we when we got closer to the mountains, we meet this very old man. He was herding the cattle back to his home, I guess, or back to where they belong. I don't know, but yeah, he was herding cattle, and we're like, we kind of lost. We are looking for the main road that leads to wherever. And he was like, you are on the right road, but the road that you are on has been flooded. Like, there's no, it's closed. It's closed. Like, you have to turn back and go back where you come from. And by this time we've been driving for like an hour and a half to get to those mountains. So now we have to turn back to get to where we were. And now the sun is setting. So hey, it was SS. We were like okay, so we have no choice. We have to turn back another half an hour to get back to where we were and try to find the main road from there. Yo, when I tell you, I was so scared. I was getting nervous. I was like sitting at the edge of the seat and I was like, what are we gonna do? And my sister was like, I'm getting tired. I'm like, no ma'am, you can't get tired. We are not even on the main road. You cannot get tired now. And I was just like, Lord have mercy. We don't even know where we are. So, and also at the same time, you know how the village is in terms of network. Sometimes when you get to like a certain place, yeah, komanyana. But then in some places, there's literally no network. So we can't even Google to see where we are. So we're like, okay, let's just follow this road and try to get to the main road. When we finally got to the main road, yeah, we were like, okay, so this is the main road that should lead us to where we want to be or where we want to go. So she was driving, but then now she was like frequently complaining about how tired she was, and I'm like, no, you can't be tired. You cannot be tired, madam. No, you can't be tired. Not now. So she's like, you know, begazelling there. She's driving and driving. And at this time, the main road had like a couple of potholes, so we're trying to like dodge and dive and like try to not hit the potholes. By this time now it's like super dark. It's like past 8 to 9 in the evening. So we're just like trying to, I don't know, we're just trying to not hit the potholes, because we're not trying to have a puncture. So we're driving, and then next thing you know, boom! What was that? We hit a pothole. Flat tire right then. I was like, oh my god, just the thing that we were trying to avoid is literally happening. So now we have to stop. We can't drive with a flat tire, and my sister can't change a tire. She literally just got the car. No one can change the tire. I don't have a car. I don't have a license. I don't know anything about cars, let alone tires. Like, what? Now my mom is like calling. My mom is one of those people, if we are not at home and we were supposed to have been at home, she will be waiting for us at the gate. She'll be calling non-stop. She worries too much. I believe most moms or all moms are like that. She'll be like pacing up and down, worried sick about us, and she's calling. She's like blowing our phones off the hook. Yo, trying to find out like where you guys are, you arriving, are you guys safe, like it's late at night. Like you can hear on the phone that she is worried, and the more she gets worried, the more she makes us worried, because we're like, we don't know where we are. And guys, it was a mess. And then we got out of the car because like we're like, we can't go anywhere now. We are like literally on the main road. So my sister took the car off the road, and then she like parks it by the roadside, and we were just like pacing up and down. We didn't know what to do. Eh? What are we gonna? We were not even close to a garage. It's three ladies, late at night, no guy whatsoever. I just remember being scared, and I was like, I'm literally going to die tonight. We are going to die tonight, because if somebody decides to attack us now, we literally have no way of defending ourselves. We are all ladies. We are all short, by the way, defenseless. We don't have any weapons with us. We were going to a wedding, so we didn't think that we should have like a taser or a knife or something. We are literally armorless, if there's such a word. We don't have anything on us that we can protect ourselves with. We're just waiting for, I don't know, our fate, I guess. So now I remember I was being so dramatic, because like I was so dramatic. I was like, let me just like get out of the car and get the feeling of how the gravel feels like on my bare feet, because this is probably the last time I'm gonna get on or experience such a feeling, because we're gonna die tonight. I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, this is it, we're not gonna survive this. Out of the blue, the next thing you know, there's a car that's like coming towards us, and then it parks right behind us, and we were like, okay, this is it, whatever happens, let it happen. And then the guy that was driving the car got out of his car, and he was like, oh, you guys got a flat tire? We're like, yeah, we don't even know how to change the tire. We just like three ladies, we don't know what we are doing, we don't know what to do, we're far away from the garage. We're just explaining the situation to him, and then he was like, okay, where's your spare wheel? Just like that. And then my sister showed him where the spare wheel was, and the guy took the thing, I don't know what it's called, and then he took out the punctured wheel, and then he put the spare wheel back on the car. And then just like that, he was like, okay, there you go, you guys are set. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I literally couldn't believe my eyes. And then he got in his car and he left just like that. He didn't even like try to blackmail us to say, I'm the only one who stopped my car to help you guys, so you need to pay me or you need to compensate me somehow. No, he got in his car and he left. Oh my gosh, I was so shocked. I was like, this has got to be an angel. This is an angel, because there's no way. Because in South Africa, if a guy helps you, some guys, not all the guys, but like some guys tend to take advantage of ladies to say, okay, you guys have to pay me now. If it wasn't because of me, you will probably be stranded out here all night. And I don't think we would have had a choice but to compensate the guy, like pay him or something. But he just did what he needed to do, put the wheel on the car, and he left. And then I've never been so grateful. And then we left, so my sister started driving again, and we eventually got home. When we got home, I think it was probably midnight or just after midnight, and we, like I said, we found my mom right at the gate, still pacing up and down, like calling, trying to see if we were okay. And then that's when everyone was able to sleep. And from that moment on, I was like, yay! We almost died. So yeah, that is the first story. And the second story, it was just only me and my husband. And at that time, I didn't have my license. I literally just got my license like when? Before I graduated, I think a month or two before I graduated for my master's degree. This year, I got my license this year. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't have my license. I didn't even have my learners. Okay. It's not something to be proud of. But anyway. So, we left in the AMs. I think that day, I made a video of that day. Like, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description box below. That day, when we drove from Cape Town to Limpopo for the very first time, that was that day that it happened. That is that day that this incident happened. And we were on our way to Limpopo from Cape Town. So we were driving, and we had so much fun on the road until we were closer to home. So now on Google, it's not Google Maps, what is it, on the navigator it says like we are an hour away from home. I think it was an hour or 30 minutes away from home. So we're getting too excited. We're like, oh my gosh, we've been driving the whole day, we've been on the road the whole day, we are tired. And like, it's like, I think it was around 10 or 11 p.m. at this point. I don't remember, but you guys, you can go and watch the video. But yeah, it was late at night, considering the fact that we left Cape Town around 2 or 3 a.m. So we've been on the road the whole day. So now when the navigator said we were 30 minutes away from home, we got too excited, and my husband, he decided that, okay, let's press the gas or let's speed up so that we can get home quickly. So immediately when he started speeding up, boom, pothole, a guy. I think it was the biggest pothole I have ever seen in my entire life. It was huge. It was like almost extending to the other lane. When we got out of the car to investigate, both the front wheel and the back wheel flat. They were flattened. I was so shocked. I was like, if it was one wheel, we would understand because we have a spare wheel at in the boot. But 2 wheels, we can't drive with like one flat tire. I mean, we can change one flat tire, but it was 2 wheels. There was nothing we can do at this point. We had to like try and call somebody to come and tow the car. That time, no network where we were. We are in like these tall grasses in the middle of the night. It's cold, and the other cars are just like flying past us like without trying to stop to see what was going on. And we waited and waited, but we were able to call a tow truck, and they came, I think, after like 15-20 minutes. That was the longest 15 to 20 minutes of my life, because I was like, I'm not sure if something is gonna like jump out of the tall grass. I'm not sure if there's like thieves or thugs waiting for us somewhere. We don't know if this was a trap and we have fallen into the trap. We don't know what's going on, and if something were to happen or if something was to happen there, we didn't have any help. We were not gonna get any help. We were literally in the middle of nowhere. So we were told to lock our doors, of which I don't think that would have helped, because like if somebody was to come and try to rob us, they'll break the windows, and there's nothing that we could do. I don't know. I don't think that it would have helped to lock the car doors. I don't think it would have helped. But anyway, we waited patiently there. We waited and waited, and then finally the tow truck came. And then they towed the car. My husband was with the guy in the tow truck, and the guy who came with the tow truck came with his wife, but his wife was driving another car. I think their family car. So I was with the wife in their car, following the tow truck that was being driven by this lady's husband, who was with my husband in the tow truck. And we were moving, and like we were towing the car, and I was like, so how is this place in terms of safety? She was like, that place that we got stuck, Mogoyana, it's the most dangerous place ever. Like literally, most people didn't survive there. Like they would get a puncture there, and then thieves would just like jump out of nowhere, and they'd get robbed. And she said some people got injured, like in terms of being stabbed or being harmed by the thieves in the process of them getting robbed and stuff. And I was like, what? So it means that we could have been robbed or worse. So I just got so scared. I was like, oh my goodness, that's scary. That's scary. That is something that I don't wish on my worst enemy. That's something that I don't wish on anybody. So we called my sister, because we were like not far away from home. We called her to say come and get us because we got a puncture. And my sister, at this point in time, she has been driving for like a couple of years, so she was fine with driving long distances. So she came to our rescue, and yeah, she came to get us. But yeah, that is the two stories that I had for you guys about the times where I got stuck or stranded in the middle of nowhere with other people. And literally, this is one of the worst things that could happen to anyone. And most people don't really survive this kind of situations. Most people, they get robbed. Most people, they get injured in the process of being robbed. And I feel like it was just God's protection that in both times when we were stranded, we were safe, and everything went well. There wasn't any harm that was experienced. There wasn't any harm that came our way. And thank you guys for watching my story time. Thank you guys for sticking it out. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed.